Hey, slowly. You're finally awake. You did so good. You did so well. Beyond my wildest expectations. What? You don't remember? Oh, that's not good. That might be a side effect of our Santa in training program. So, yeah, we have you live like a relatively normal life, 364 days out of the year, but it was getting hard for me to make, just to keep on going through the motions as, jolly Saint Nick. After 1,000 so years, eventually the jolly becomes more labor. You know what they say, if you really love something, don't do it for work. And, well, I needed you to take over. Of all of the best, goodest boys and girls and all the bunnies, you were the best suited for this job. And I know it's a lot of pressure, but you can't beat the on-off time. I mean, you get PTO 364. I mean, you can't truly tell it's from us because, the memory turn off, but it shows up in your account. You really thought Doge was doing that well for you? Okay, that was a scam. We've been secretly funding you money to pay for your service this year. Yeah, don't invest in crypto. Anyway, this is not financial advice. Anyway, it's good to see you. And now that you're back, okay, let's see if we can get you back. Do you remember everything you did? No. Okay, well, first off, performance review. You did incredible. You did so incredible that I'm afraid or relieved that this is going to be your job forever. Yeah, I'm never going to have to hop in that sleigh again. Maybe if I miss it in 500 years, but for now, it's all you. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I made you immortal. You know that milk you drink? Yeah, every time you take a sip of it, it basically adds a few hundred years to your lifespan. Well, when I was first getting my job started, I was like, well, the best gift would be what? The Fountain of Youth? So I've got some extra stores. How do you think I kept my complexion all these years? Anyway, it's a real problem if you can't remember what you did, because I need you to repeat your process. This is the finest Santa work that I've seen here ever. And I'm Santa, so you're out of this world. Okay, what I think we can do is, I've got a lot of toys around. We can use them to kind of jog your memory of what your trip was like. Okay, so I would have picked you up from your house and thrown you in the sack. So what would that sound like? And then you would have been like, oh, help me, what's going on? I'm so confused. And I would have, knocked you out. That's how the night would have started. And then you would have activated your training. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. That would have kicked off your, have you heard of that one CIA thing with the L? You know what I'm talking about? It's they're activate, kind of like that. We got inspiration. None of the CIA are on the good list. You don't want to know the things they're doing. Anyway, so you would have been taken to the reindeer already stocked up for your trip. Imagine these are like the reins. You held them as you whoosh, took off into the sky. And the dancing of the reins as you through at beyond the speed of light. Yeah. Okay, and then remember, as you're flying through the blur, as time seems to stop, and you keep on flying and soaring until you get to your first destination. And remember, the most important thing is to check our list. So, who's your first stop? Sort through all the pages. Little Timmy 2 and Sally O. Now that you've consulted the list, you have to make your way into the house. As you walk upon the roof, slowly making your way to the chimney. One careful step at a time. For with the world stop, you have all the time in the world. Slowly, as to not disturb a mouse. Ever so carefully do you get to the chimney as you make your way into the entrance and go down and carefully creep towards the tree. Remember the fire, how it crackled at night to keep the family warm. Against the cool and chilly air. Recall how you carefully pulled from your sack the bubble wrap, toy, and presents, trying not to too loudly disturb the area. Remember the toys. Remember the toys that you pulled for each of those good angels. Remember all the fidget toys that our elves working the 3D printers work so hard to create. Remember how you chose each one so carefully to award all that good behavior. Let the toys stir your memory of that busy and jolly night. Let them reach into your mind and find the true secret to a jolly Christmas. Let it reach deep into your subconscious and bring up the images of the night so that you can continue serving the entire world as well as you serve them tonight. Let it drift in. Let it reach your inner core. Remember the toys. Remember all the toys. Remember how you leapt from roof to roof, guided by the inner strength of the holiday spirit. Remember how you ran and ran gavel, the gravel giving way beneath every forceful step. For you are on a mission to deliver joy around the entire world, with all the time, but a sense of urgency, a need, a desire to get every present where it needs to go. Running and running and running. Remember the winter storms you fought through. While your reindeer pounded against the night sky. How your fists were so forcefully clenched as you barreled through the frigid air. But you kept going, for you were driven by purpose, by need. You could do it. Keep going, keep riding. Keep going, keep going, keep riding. As you visited each house, you started to drift in and out of reality, feeling the arcane energy flow through you. The spirit of Christmas, it isn't just joy. It's power. It's magic. It must be harnessed, but it must also be controlled. Remember squeezing through the cracks in the walls of the houses that don't have chimneys. Each and every atom of your body deconstructing and reconnecting, bringing you inside. Remember doing it billions of times, wondering, is it still you on the other side? If each atom switches just one by one, are you still you? But the arcane spirit of winter demands more, so you keep on going. Remember the toys. Remember the toys. Remember the toys. Remember the toys. Who are you? You're me, and I'm you. We are Santa. We are Santa. Click, click. Ho, ho. We are Santa. Remember the toys. Remember. Remember the toys. Remember the toys. Ho, ho, ho. Remember the toys. Remember the toy. Come back to me for a moment. How are you feeling? Are you starting to remember? Do you feel it? The power, the responsibility, the spirit of winter within you. Do you feel it stirring your mind and awakening you to a new reality? I'll let you go in a second. Relax. Relax. You're doing so well. You delivered over 10 billion toys. You should be proud of yourself. Look at how far you've come. What were you doing? Office? Middle management? Squeeze between the big guy and the little guy? Yeah, but now you have purpose. You have meaning. You literally the joy of winter. Isn't that fantastic? Well, I did it for 1,000 years. I think I get a break, don't I? Sure, the awesome responsibility is awesome, but at a certain point you need a break, right? Well, you don't need a break. You've only been doing this for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. So do you remember? It's still fuzzy for you. Okay, let me clean you off. Okay, maybe all that snow on you is clogging your memory. Yeah. I really need you to remember, okay? I can't actually retire properly unless I know I have a true successor, so I need you to get it together, okay? So just come on. Oh, maybe you have a little frost in your eyelid. Let me get that for you. There you go. Get the other side too, because listen, you did all the work today. I can do this. Yeah, you're such a good Santa, you know that? Everyone's relying on you, and you really met my expectations, yeah. I'm so proud of you. Mm-hmm. And the reindeer, they've been telling me that they like you better than me, yeah. They say it's so easy to carry you because your spirit is unburdened with the years of horrors you've had to witness. I know. Mm-hmm. Your childhood trauma barely weighs them down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's important. Something you could probably work on. They mentioned that you weren't eating all the cookies, and you need to do that. Why? Well, the thing is how do you think we power all of our time stop magic? It's actually through the burning of the calories of the cookies. Yeah, so what we do is when we first sign you up to be my replacement, is we actually link your stomach to the engines of the time stopping mechanism within the sleigh. And when you eat the cookies, it actually refills it to maintain the spell. And I know you had like a few of them, but you need to eat at least 1 million more to make sure you get all the way back. Yeah, you were 10 minutes off when you came. You left, and it was 10 minutes after when you came back. And the discrepancy is mostly fine, but you're gonna find that if you take too long, people will start to notice when you're in their house. And I'm telling you, you don't want to know what salt shot feels like in your butt. So just be careful, okay? Yeah, you would think they'd be grateful for all the presents, but they're mostly like, who are you? Why are you in my house? And then, time refreezes. But sometimes they get one off, and it stings. Okay, so to truly make sure your senses are back, we're going to need to test your mental capacity, because sometimes the time magic can mess with your mind. Okay, so we're just going to turn this on, okay? It's called a Montessori board. For you, it's making sure you're still connected to reality. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you tell me which colors have lit up and what color they are, so that way we know you're still, with us and capable of functioning at your job, your normal job. Okay, so let's flick this one on. Okay, what color is this? Yeah. Now, I would have said it's more of an azul or a jade blue, but, blue works as well. Okay. All right, now what about this one right here? What color is that? Yeah, that's so good. Kind of an emerald green. Yeah, that's right. Okay, looks like you haven't been totally discombobulated by your duties. All right, so let's see. This red one right here. Oh, I said it. Well, you get that one for easy. No, it's not an orange. That is definitely red. Okay, maybe the time magic did mess you up a little bit. That's okay. It's okay, alright. So we have plenty more to test out and see if you're still with us. Alright, let's test this one right here, okay? What color? We'll put that. What color is that? Yeah. I mean, I would have said wisteria, but you know, pinkish purple works too. Yeah, I guess you don't get a lot of reading done in your job. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, now this one is going to shift colors, and when I turn it off, I want you to tell me what color it was on last. Okay, ready? What color was that? See, I would have said sundew yellow, but it's okay, right? When you live for 1,000 years, you know, you start to learn a few things about different spectrums on the rainbow. Okay, so what about this color right here? Yeah. It's kind of, I would say it's the color of a lightning storm. Yeah, mixed with a little hint of the aurora borealis, but you mostly got it. Yeah. Well, you have to know a lot of weather patterns when you're working as Santa. Yeah, I think you're mostly there. What about these colors? Can you name these 3 colors? This one first, okay? Yeah, that's about right. And then this one. And what about this one? Right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So it looks like your job as Santa's assistant hasn't totally fried your circuits. You're still able to differentiate colors. That is a very good sign. Yeah. You do deserve some headbands. Good job. Good job. You delivered all those presents to all those kids, and even the occasional good adult. Yeah. And you didn't get shot in the butt at all. Yeah. You were perfectly safe. You ate enough cookies. I'm so overjoyed I don't have to do this job anymore because you're gonna do it for me. Yeah, do you fully remember, like, how's it? Yeah, it's starting to click. Okay. Well, let's finally here. So this switch is gonna take you fully and merge your realities, the one you had before, your previous life and the Santa life. It's very powerful magic. I had to warm you up with everything first to make sure this didn't, completely, so this is off and this is on. When I flick, you need to maintain eye contact. You might feel a sharp chill when I do this because it's kind of connecting the hemispheres, as they would say. Ready? Go. Okay. So what I want you to do is to breathe in the arcane energy flowing around you. Let it circulate within your inner Danton. Yes. Let it reach all of your energy centers. Yes. Feel the call of Cookie. How it powers the time magic and out like the winter air. Feel the spirit of winter enter you, and breathe out the joy of Christmas. Don't fight it. Let it take in. Now breathe in the diligence to see who is naughty and nice, and breathe out the toys delivered to those who are good. Breathe in the awesome responsibility, and out the power to solve all tears. Yes. Good job. Good job. I can see by how you're holding yourself that you truly have become one with your responsibility. I hesitate to let you go back into the real world, for you could be here all year watching over the elves, doing all their work, click-clacketing, building all those toys. I mean, their lives have gotten better since 3D printing. They barely just gotta press a button. They're still working. All can let you go, but you'll never forget this moment. This moment you truly became Santa.